I know the agency's been in the game for a long time now, but if you're like I was before I did this video, you're probably pretty bad at dropping there. In this video, I'm gonna walk through 3 drops that give you the best possible chance to come out there on top every single time. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. For this first game, we're gonna be dropping for the top of the agency. You're gonna wanna mark on the left side, or this is the side I like the best. You can mark the other side too, but you'll see why here in a second. Of course, whenever you're dropping down, you wanna make sure you're high enough, because remember, we are going for the top, so make sure you probably drop around like right here. As you'll see, I'm at a very good height for hitting the top, and we're gonna be trying to go for the middle of the top here, and you want to give yourself enough room to glide back to this part right here. So watch, we shape over this way and we glide right in here. We get this floor drop and then we're in here, and from here, before you hit the chest, I like to look for a couple people. We get that chest, and now we're gonna drop down one more layer as well. And a lot of times you're going to catch somebody off guard just like that. If you do that, man, that's why I love this drop. It's so good. Okay, so we won that. I'm going to take the gray AR actually. And now we have a couple of options. So since I checked over here, nobody went to this side. And now there's a chest on this side too with guaranteed loot right here that we can hit too. So now that we got that, you guys see why this drop works so well. We already got 3 chests. We got an elimination quick and easy. And this isn't even in arena. If this was arena, we'd be really chilling. But I can hear one person above me. So this is where this drop gets a little more complicated. You can either play for height or you can keep going down. In this situation, I like to keep going down and try to maybe get shots on this kid, which actually he just got very good shots on me and just fell all the way down to the bottom. So there we go. So we're gonna drop down and take down these henchmen. When I'm dropping down from the top like this, somebody already took out Midas and there's one other guy fighting over here. So this is real easy. We just literally swoop in here to take the drum gun just like this, and we get this loot. So the middle of this drop is a little bit more up to chance than I would like, because you're really dropping down from the top. But what it ultimately comes down to is just listening to sound and where you want to be. What I really like to do is do that top drop where we land there, we loot all that, we preferably go over there, fight the guy on top, and then we drop down and we look for Midas. In this case, Midas was already eliminated, and you guys are going to find that a lot of times when doing this drop, Midas is already going to be eliminated by the time you get there, and then you can either clean up whoever got the drum gun, or you can go get it yourself. When going for the vault, I like to come up here first. Just make sure this area is clear. Obviously, you guys want to make sure nobody's in the general area, but sound is going to be your best friend in doing this. When you come down to the vault, you just want to block off the turrets, hit the key card. One thing you can do is something I did right here. So I've seen Mongrel do this, but usually people can break in over the top of you here and get to the vaults from up top, as he does that sometimes. And usually it's best to do it with metal, and it does take a lot of materials. So if you guys do have an excess of materials, you can be extra safe with the vaults. Another thing that he does is he checks to make sure nobody's in this vent here whenever you're going for the vaults. A lot of times people hide right here. Let's say somebody comes out of this vent, they hear you open the vault, you can easily reverse edit this and get right in their face for a nice easy shot too. Now we're hitting up everything in the vault. You do have 4 slurp barrels. You guys already know that. Also, I know I missed the airdrop in the shark video, and I got so many comments about that, so you best believe we're hitting that up in this video. Look how many mats we got from the vaults. You guys need to keep that in mind too. So don't be afraid to use a lot of mats to make sure you're going to be safe when you're in the vault, because once you get to the vault, you're going to replenish and get a decent amount of mats, and you're going to have the drum gun too, so you're absolutely chilling. For the next drop, I want to show you guys my favorite spot when the bus is coming in on this side of the agency. It's a way safer than going in the top right there, and also you get really good loot out of this as well, and a chance of taking out Midas right away, so you get the drum gun, which is absolutely essential to actually surviving this place. So I'm going to show you guys that I'm actually a little higher up in the air, and in this situation, you guys could default back to that first drop I showed you. Really, you should be basing your drops off at the agency off of your height and like how high you are based on what guns you can get. So first of all, I like to grab this, then I hop on down here. You hit that little barrier, and then you can usually take out whoever is going for this in here. Sometimes Midas will spawn in here, so you guys got to look out for that. But what we're doing is we're going to this chest right here. So we've already got a couple of chests. We got this loot now. We're absolutely chilling. And I like to open up the floor now, so we can just look out right below us. I think there's gonna be a henchman. Yeah, it's a henchman. Henchman right there. We got good loot. We can go into the vent situation. I like to just check out this room as well. So it sounds like somebody has the drum gun. In this case scenario, I recommend you guys drop down here towards these slurp barrels. Sometimes they might be taken, in which case you might have to fight somebody, but it's pretty much guaranteed to get a little bit of shield going in this early. Once you get those slurp barrels, you can drop down even more, and this is going to guarantee you 150 shield off the bat, which is so key in a solo, especially if you're playing like a regular solo. This stuff's really key. I like to take down this generator as well. Now what our goal is to get over to the vault and get a little bit of resources. As you can see, the one bad part of this drop is unless you get some good eliminations right away, you're not going to have a lot of mats. And so really though, I mean, we just lit up the guy who has the drum gun, so not bad at all. Now we're just playing it really patient. We win this fight, we pretty much have won this place. Yes, sir. Nate has Corona, goes down. We just took out the guy who has the drum gun. I did take a big shot right there. But if somebody's doing a little jump peek like that, I know this isn't about winning the agency, but if somebody's trying to do one of those little jump peeks on you and you just hold right there, you're going to be able to get that shot on like I did. I knew he was weak and I knew that shot would take him out. All right, well, we have the drum gun. It appears that we've won the agency, but just to double check, I like to take myself all the way upstairs just to make sure that we're good before I go to the vault. And actually, I just heard somebody in a vent, so we have not won yet. If you hear somebody in the vents at this point in the game, you kind of have to assume that they're chilling by the vaults, just waiting to try to surprise you. So a big part of winning this is going around and hitting up the rest of the chests at the agency, hitting up mats while you're doing this. And this way, you're going to be very prepared to take on whoever's maybe waiting at the vault or whatever's going on. So remember, I heard this guy in a vent. This means they could be in this vent or in this vent. And go take him out. There we go. Wow, I actually took a massive hit right there. Almost went down, but you guys do see your knowledge of this area is what's going to win you the agency. So there we go, guys. We won the agency. Now we can just go find the key card. For the final agency drop, we have maybe the easiest of this entire video. And this is right outside the agency. Now, we had some people in the shark video comment that, you know, Rodey says win the shark and lands outside the shark in one of the drops. Well, guys, the point of this video is to win the agency. It's not to land at the agency necessarily and win it. You want to do whatever you can to win the agency. And this drop right here, I think is a great one if, let's say, you're super shambles, you can't make it over to the agency. This place is a great one to go to, and then you can rotate over there. So what I like to do is scout it out. If nobody's with me, I land on this chest instead of going straight to the house. If I'm contested, though, I'll go to that house right there. So you see this, we're going to have 3 drops right here. These give you all decent loot usually, and you guarantee yourself pretty much getting shield. By the way, there are far too many of these in the game right now. I love the item. I think it makes the game fun, but do you guys feel like they're dropping maybe a little too frequently? After hitting this chest too, you guys can see we are pretty stacked on loot. I'm gonna have 150 health. I'm gonna have decent weapons as well. And here's what I like best about this drop. So when you're coming over, yes, you can hit up a little bit of resources, and that's one of the biggest things in my opinion, is that people landing at agency aren't going to have a lot of resources. You guys saw on my first couple drops, I didn't have a lot of resources there. There's not a lot to farm. But now, coming over to the agency, I can farm up just a bit and see I'll get over like 400 to 500 resources, immediately giving me an advantage over everyone. I recommend you come hit this stone right here. As you see, it just gave me right around 100 stone, which is perfect. And now when I'm rotating over, I can scout out this place and see if anybody's fighting. As you can see, nobody's immediately fighting on this side, which is going to give me the ability to use these mats and get all the way up to the high ground. Straight over to the high ground, which is kind of similar to that first drop I showed you, but I have even better loot now and I have height. Just using sound, I can pretty much feel out the entire map, see where people are. And I just saw this guy running over to the side. We're gonna get some good shots on him. Being on top like this, we actually almost get a view of the vault as well. We can kind of check out what's going on over there. And we're basically just gatekeeping. So we're just making sure nobody else comes up top. And if they try to, We can get lasers on him, and we're also keeping tabs. So far, I've been able to pick up on maybe 3 people here. And this guy right here trying to get up top. Nice and easy. You guys see why this is the easiest drop out of this entire video? It probably takes the least amount of skill in terms of fights. Easy third party. The easiest third party of my life leads to me getting this key card and getting all of this stuff, man. This drop's just not even fair for the agency. If you guys ever get frustrated at the game and you're looking for an easy drop, I really recommend you do this one. I mean, it's 3 a.m. I am dead tired, and I just won this pretty easily. I didn't want to leave this video without saying, please put a wall here whenever you're looting this back portion of the vault. Enjoy these drops, but please do not use them against me. If you guys want to check out some of my IRL content, I have been doing vlogs, so they should be like right around here somewhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.